My name is Kate McNamee. I am 25 years old. I grew up in New Hampshire, but I went to school down in Virginia and ended up in DC about 3.5 years ago. The Quarterlife Crisis is something that I'm familiar with both in my personal experience and also watching my friends post-graduation. And basically what it is this idea that once you graduate college, you're leaving this sort of comfortable world that's been decided for you. You're sort of on your own. You have to start thinking about health insurance. You're sort of facing these big adult things, and at the same time, it sort of seems to, you're facing this personal crisis of all of a sudden taking care of yourself and being an adult, and also sort of trying to forge an identity for yourself as an adult, because you're no longer sort of this kid, and you have to decide what your world is and what your path is and who you are, and it kind of freaks you out a little. For most people, the quarter-life crisis hits, I would say, in those first post-college months. And, it can certainly vary, but I'd say the majority of people, it would hit within that, 22 to 28 age range. My quarter-life crisis story is I graduated in 2004 from UVA, and I moved up to DC, and I was working for a law firm. It was hard for me because it was not in any way something that I wanted to do with my life. I felt like I was sort of just going through the motions. It was a new experience to have to get up every day, 9 to 5, going on the weekends to work, and sort of felt like there wasn't really an end goal like there is if you're taking a class. And you sort of had this end goal of you're learning something at the end. I was sitting in an office counting papers all day in a cubicle, and it felt a little soul-sucking. At the same time, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis and Crohn's disease, which are two autoimmune conditions. And so for me, that was really overwhelming to be sort of trying to manage the idea that, I'm in this cubicle setting, doing something every day that I don't like, and at the same time trying to fit around a life that's going to be healthy and, meet with my new, chronic conditions. And so for me, I felt totally lost. I was really floundering. I was a runner, and I couldn't run anymore because of my condition. And I just felt I was sort of over the happy hour scene. It really wasn't my bag. And so I started practicing yoga. Yoga's given me so many things, physically and spiritually, emotionally. And it helped me to really become more reliant on myself without becoming sort of like a hermit in any way, and to really have the confidence that I can go through these crises and have that strength in myself. But it's also, a huge part of that is my network of my friends and family, and sort of discovering what they can be for me. I think the quarter-life crisis, at its sort of peak, I'm probably over that part, because I really do have a much better sense of my identity and myself and what it is that it takes for me to be happy. But I'm definitely still on that path of always working towards that happiness. And I'm in a place now where, I may not love my job every day, but it's a job that allows me to do the practice that I want to do with my yoga as much as possible. It provides me with an income that allows me to sort of live the life that I'm comfortable living. For me, that was my experience with the quarter-life crisis, was being able to find a balance in my life and realizing that I didn't have to fall into this, I work in this soulless job, I go to happy hour every day. I have a different way of being, and I have a different pattern in my life, but it fits, and it's not always awesome. It's okay, and it's an experience, and I'm just in my 20s, and I don't have to find out tomorrow what my life's calling is. I have the rest of my life to do that. So that was my experience of it.